Hey guys, I'm back. I wanted to show you what I just completed. So I went ahead and finished Isabella's little Snuggie blanket. Working with Minky is challenging. So I think I'm gonna have to get a little handheld vacuum because currently I don't have any space in my office to cut fabric. So I have to go into the kitchen table and do it, and I just made a really hot mess in there. So this is how it turned out. In my previous video I mentioned that Isabella's name was supposed to be on the corner here, but when I put it on the embroidery machine I must have placed it wrong, and so it didn't happen. So I had to work with what I had as far as placement, and this is what I came out with. So this is approximately 20 by 16.5. And then this is the flannel fabric that I used on the other side. So I had seen on another YouTube channel, because I need weights, fabric weights, but I don't have any. But I remembered that I had these weights, and although they did help a little bit, because I had to keep pinning, unpinning, pinning, unpinning. So that really helped out, but they're not for long-term use. And I poked myself quite a bit with the pins. But even though I pinned it, it's still, the Minky blanket fabric still shifted, but I think it still came out cute. Had a little trouble with the corners, which is something that I need to work on. But I think for my first little baby blanket for my fur babies, I think it came out really cute. The next thing that I was working on this morning is, this is going to be a new product for my business, and they're Christmas stockings. So I had this cat fabric that I've used for dog bandanas as well as scrunchies, and so I decided that I was going to make one for my cat Lexi. So I debated on what kind of inner fabric I was going to use, or what color actually, and so I decided on black. Now I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to use white, pink, or black Minky for the little flap, the top part of the stocking, and then do it in black lettering. But I think I don't have any white Minky, but I think I'm gonna go get some and then do the top part in white and then in black lettering her name. So when I get to that point I will show you what I decided to do. This pattern is a free pattern, and if I can remember where I got it from, I will leave a link down below in the description box. But everything that I am doing here I learned on YouTube University, so if this is something that you want to do as far as either just learning for yourself or to start a pet apparel business or accessory business, YouTube University is amazing. Everything that I've learned how to do as far as sewing, I've learned on YouTube. So it's pretty exciting to learn how to do something that I've been wanting to learn for a long time. I also wanted to talk about my fabric. Everything that you see here except for this here, I already had. I learned how to sew back in 2020 when everybody needed face coverings, and so I would make them and donate them. So I had all this fabric for that. At the beginning of the clothes where everybody had to wear a face covering, I would just make them for my neighbors, my husband's co-workers, and I would just donate them. So everything that I'm using as far as learning different items for my business, it's fabric I already had. But Hobby Lobby is having their 40% sale on Christmas fabric, which I went into Hobby Lobby the other day when I got this other fabric looking for Halloween fabric, but they didn't have any that I liked. But the lady did say that the Christmas stuff was coming on sale this week, starting today. So I went ahead and ordered some online. And so if you're interested in getting a good deal on Christmas fabric. I didn't really like much, but there was this one particular fabric that I got that I knew I was gonna get, and then I got another print, and then I got some minky fabric in a different print. That has nothing to do with Christmas, but I really wanted it. So whenever that comes in, I will show you. But this is what I'm doing today. So I need to cut the batting for this, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'm gonna sew this part together, and then whenever I decide on what I'm gonna do on here, I'll show you. So I will check back in a few. Hey guys, I'm back. It's the next day. So this is what I worked on at the beginning of the video yesterday. So I finished that. I worked on this all day yesterday. I did have a few hiccups as far as the placement of the name. I actually did it upside down yesterday when I first did it, and if you do plan on making one of these, you have to put the name, and this is going to be your top, not this part like I originally thought, so that when you flip it, it turns out like this. So I use a 1.5 inch lettering on this one, and then this is a, I believe it's a 2 inch or 2.5. I'll have to check, and I will leave that down below in the description. But I had a really hard time with that. But overall, I think the stocking came out really nice. I did mess up on the directions on the inside. You have to sew the batting and the outer fabric together, and then the inner part you have to sew that separately, and then you put it together before you put on this part here. I will do another video showing that, but other than that, I think it came out really nice. I'll have to work on the placement of the name. I actually put it in the center of the fabric, and I think I need to lower it down by 1/4 inch so that when you flip it, it'll fall in the center. So when I do another one, I'll show you how I do that. And I also think that I'm going to use more of a forgiving fabric on top and not cut it exactly what the instructions tell you to do until after I stitch out the name. So that's what I worked on all day yesterday. I think it came out really cute for my first stocking. So this is what I worked on this morning. My oldest son has football practice at 6 o'clock in the morning, so I did this in between before I had to pick him up. This is supposed to be like a puffy over the collar pet bow. I had a hard time with the centerpiece. I don't think that I'm going to use cotton for the bows, because the more you handle the cotton, the more creases you get in it. As you can see here in the corner, I don't like the way that looks. And I also need to get a different type of elastic, because the one that I have is a little bit too, it's not easy, it's too heavy, I guess that's the word. It's not pliable. So if you had a thicker collar, it would be kind of hard to put it in there. But this is what the back looks like. This is my cat's Lexi's collar, and she wasn't too happy when I put it on her. But I do like the way this came out, other than the crease there. And if you want to make one, I'll leave the measurements down below, and then you have to use batting on the bow. I also included batting on the centerpiece just to make it a little bit puffier, and that's how it turned out. So the next thing that we have here are these stamps. My husband actually made these for our grandson, and I was thinking maybe we could make more to sell at the market. But these are like if you want to use them in sand, or those, I think it's called Connect sand, which is the sand that you can use inside the house, or you can use them with Play-Doh. But I think that that would be harder to clean. So if you look on the back side, it tells you what animal print these are. I know a lot of homeschool moms use these, or parents, and that's the reason where I originally saw them. But I think in the future, I'm gonna put the face of the animal, or maybe like a basic engraving of the animal instead of the name. I think that would be cute. He did use Purple Heart wood. It was a piece of scrap wood that he had, but I think we'll use oak or cherry or some type of wood that's not as expensive. But we're not going to use pine because I think he said that it would be too brittle and it would break too easy. But we'll figure that out. I'm not really sure if we're going to do that. These are, I think, 3 inches. So that's what I've been working on. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and end out this video because I really desperately need to rearrange my office so I can do an unboxing of my serger. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some inspiration to start your own business if that's what you're thinking about, or maybe making things for your pets at home. But I really had a lot of fun, even though it was frustrating. But I will see you in the next video. But until then, you guys have a good day. And I forgot what I was going to say. I'm sorry. You guys have a wonderful day. God bless. And I will see you next time. Bye.